G'day legends, crypto is up and it is looking great. Just make sure you take some profits. All right, let's get into it. All right, first of all, before I start, if you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button and hit a like button for me as well. Help spread these videos around. I'm aiming to get up to over 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year so that I'm helping as many crypto native newbies as I can. So jump on, subscribe, hit a like, share it around. All right, thanks for that, guys. All right, so I've written some stuff down. A lot of you know me that know that I don't write a lot of it down. I just pass on my knowledge. But there's been so much going on, and I haven't made a video for probably 4 or 5 days now. But the last 3 days have been fairly insane, and I've just been busy, unfortunately. All right, so we'll just go through some stuff. Tariff news is always on our minds. Because of this, that's what was holding our crypto down. But in the last sort of 24 hours, Bitcoin had jumped quite substantially, and for over the 48 hours before that, we'd basically gone up 10,000 USD. We'd gone up from 84,000 to 94,000 pretty much. And if you zoom out a bit, when you're looking at your stuff, zoom out, have a look at the month, have a look at the year. And the month, the low was 74,000 and the high was 94,000. That's a 20,000 like drop down and then increase back up again. That just shows the volatility you've got to put up with when you're in crypto. This is all in Bitcoin, in USD that I'm talking. All right, hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. Japan put a 12% tariff on Chinese steel. So this is starting to show that countries will take sides in tariffs. They don't want to look like they are, but when it comes to China and America, eventually you're going to have to pick a side until the two countries play nicely together in the tariff war, which is starting to happen. So I'll move to those points. USA softening its stance on Chinese tariffs. Out of the White House, it's come that they're going to soften or cut back the amount of tariff they have on China, possibly as far as about 50%. That's all, these things keep popping out and then they flip-flop backwards and forwards. But that's what essentially started a lot of this run-up that we've been having. The second one was Trump. A lot of the instability we had in the markets, stock markets especially, was that he kept going at Jerome Powell, the head of the SEC, saying he was going to fire him and all this type of stuff, and he was going to take the old court case from like the 1920s where the rule got in place that the president can't fire the head of the SEC and all that. He was going to go and fight that back in court. Well, he's then come out and just says he has no intention of firing the SEC chair, Jerome Powell. It was taken out of context, and the press just runs away with things. That's not necessarily true. I heard the statement, as in I watched the videos of what he was saying. He's, saying if he wants him out of there, he'll get him out and all this. And, he's just softening the way he's talking now because I think he's had the screws too tight on the economy and he knows that he needs to back off a bit. He's probably also found out that it's going to be a lot harder to fire Jerome Powell than he thought, would be what I'd be thinking. Stock market and Bitcoin have decoupled. I've always said that they run in unison, or they run up, one runs up, the other one runs up, mainly the stock market leading the case. Stocks have been down and still tanking, and Bitcoin has gone the other way. It's a lot of money has fled into it, and it's not just fleeing from there. Gold is pulling back, and so it's where do you take your profits? If you're taking profits because you're a big whale, entity, institution, doesn't matter, even the small guys, if you're taking profits in your gold, you don't generally just leave your money on the side. They roll it around into the next thing, and at the moment the next thing seems to be Bitcoin. So gold's gone down, stocks have gone down, Bitcoin has gone up, and the cryptocurrency market behind it have gone up. it's just come out. Well, it's not. I've been saying it all along about BlackRock and all those guys buying. Institutions were buying through the last month and a half or whatever. Retail was selling the ETFs. The ETF from retail selling was negative $470 million. But that whole time, whales and institutions, BlackRock, Grayscale, all those guys, they were all buying Bitcoin and whatever other ones they're interested in because it was down and it was a good price. And they knew retail was scared. And they knew eventually, retail's going to pick up on the fact that they were buying. By then it's too late because it'll go up and then they'll sell. It's as simple as that. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. Bitcoin's at 94,000 or 93,000 right now. Everything else is up good percentages. Some, 15, 20%, 50% for some of the coins I own, the more risky ones. If you're a profit taker, stick to your plans. If you were planning to take profit, stick to your plans. If you weren't, stick to those plans anyway. So whatever you're planning to do, follow your own plans. Remember, having plans in place so you know what to do when certain things happen, if it goes up, if it goes down, if you get scared, all that type of thing. Have plans so you know what to do so that you're not worried. If you've got to this point, surely you can chuck a like on. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Have a great afternoon. Do something nice for someone else. Crypto Bogan out.